Lives. Corey Thorne, the spiritual healer teacher. I'm trying to get used to um, the fact that I just changed the name of the page to the spiritual teacher. I didn't mean to put the "da" in front of it. I don't know how that ended up there, but it's there. So welcome. Welcome to my page, and this is the morning of reading through the energy forecast, and I'm also on YouTube and Facebook broadcasting at the same time. Um, so if you're on one or the other and you're not seeing all the comments, you're wondering where all the comments are coming from, that's where it is. So just give a moment for people to join in. In the meantime, if you have not checked out um, my message, my forecast reading message for this week, that's on Corey Thorne, the spiritual healer. That's on that YouTube channel. And then on She Is More Than Existing, the podcast channel on YouTube. I also just put up this week's podcast as well, is also there. So hello, Lisa, as I'm talking to Lisa through on my phone. Good morning, Janet and Natalie and Edie and Tracy and Felicia. Good morning. So I'm coming in to do a quick morning live. I have a lot happening today that I have to get done. This is the week prior to my full move. Next Tuesday, the movers come. But in the meantime, this is my last week of official working with clients this week. And so I have a pretty full week, and not official forever, but official that I'm taking a much needed break in a lot of my ways. So I will not be doing a whole lot of or very little personal sessions or anything this summer. Just a couple little ups to finish up in people's contracts. And other than that, if you're trying to book with me online, then you'll have to go into September. So if you're trying to book an appointment with me, you have to book into September. It won't be no point in messaging me and asking me if I'm available or if I can get you in. I'm not going to be available. Putting that out there. There's a lot of other things to do. So, but I am available in September. It's only a few weeks. It's a very short period of time that I'm not available. So, but I will be still doing lives and recordings and those things, but you'll have a new scenery. You're going to be looking at a new scenery. So, well, good morning, everyone who's joining in. Karen, Leah, good morning. So let me start with this as the cat is watching out the window, watching the birds. So if you already listened to my forecast channeled message for this week, yesterday, I have been down and out with a migraine for days. I tried to fight through it. It started probably Friday, and I've been trying to fight through it. And then yesterday I just collapsed. Like I was done. I drove back here from Sylvan Lake, got to the house, and I went to change the sheets in my bed and to get my bedding ready, and I just crashed into bed and I just passed out and I went to sleep. I woke up and I heard, go do your channel message. I'm like, I'm too tired. I don't want to do the channel message. But I did it. I came in, I recorded the channel message, and there's a message in there about getting back to life and talked about the oceans and the water. And I could see cruise ships, and I never know what those things mean. Well, you probably, if you've seen my Facebook post, you've seen this morning that the U.S. Navy launched an explosion in the freaking ocean, and it was massive. It was the size of like a 3.4 earthquake or something, and the ripple effects in the ocean. And so I speak about this in my channeled message, and I speak about, like caring, like if we're going to start putting our human asses back out there into this world and we're going to start living again, then we have to have ultimate level of, respect and show dignity for all of the world. And if we have not learned that by now, like we have a lot to learn. And so if we're going to go back to the way things were and we go back out into the world, well, we're going to have to relearn those lessons again. Going through Corey withdrawals. Sorry, Tracy. So yeah, I'll still be in my lives. You'll still see me, just not as much, but I'll be here. And it was about the Fae energy, about the little people energy. It was about nature. It's about our personalities, our personas, like how we are so much alike, so much like the other beings that exist within our world. And that's orbs energy. we're all of a being. We're all of that same energy. And so my next one that I'm doing is about the oceans and the waters and those type of things. Um, and something keeps telling me to do it earlier, and I know it's the animals, it's the water creatures speaking to me. And that's a part of, and what I didn't realize when I started to teach that this is a huge part of who I am as a Mi'kmaq woman, is that as a part of my culture, is that the belief in the mystical world of the little people, and the world that exists that we can that is not seen by the human eye, is very much alive. And that is a part of the teachings of who I am and through my culture. And I didn't even, and I, because I would say I'm the reject of the, I'm not in my culture per se, but your culture is within you and who you are at the core. So my teachings and all of my teachings does ultimately still come from the shaman that exists within me, for who ultimately still come from the shaman that exists within me, for who I am as the Aboriginal woman, for the channel of the Aboriginal woman who channels through me. And that beautiful energy, I am very blessed and humbled every time that something shows up to validate my work. And so now the water creatures are calling me. And of course, I am from Newfoundland. I am from the rock. And so being from Newfoundland and being from the water and knowing of the water, is that those sea creatures are calling me to teach the next level. So I was going to come back in September, but I think I'm going to teach that. I'm sorry, Lisa. I heard a message loud and clear to teach about that part in August. So if you see it and you see those courses and classes come up, don't assume it to be something that is like far out there, because what unfolds and how it unfolds to be such a part of the world that we exist in, and our healing journey and our journey into wholeness and to who we are, is a huge part of who we are at the root of us, into who we are, back in the original of us, and all the way to who we should be in the future and who we are supposed to be in the future. So knowing our way, finding our way into who we are becoming, also means allowing the elder energy, allowing the grandmother, grandfather energy, to allowing the ascended spirits, even of those who were children upon this earth when they left us, who are now evolved spirit. They are not the children who passed away. They are evolved spirits on the other side. And they come with a higher sense of knowing and knowledge, and they're here to guide us to take our journey into becoming evolved spirits upon this earth, to becoming evolved beings, to do things better, to open up our hearts, to be the changes that we want to see. And today also being the Indigenous Peoples Day, I was trying to make a post all morning, but my partner kept interrupting me to I love him, and he is Cree. He's Cree and I'm Mi'kmaq, and we are both blended in diversity and love. We both have a uh, we both have an Indigenous mom, and we both have a white dad, and so we both know the journey through being kind of in and out of our of our world. And so a whole part of the mystical realm work is that we exist in this world and out of this world. And so today I do honor myself, my people, and all the people who are of Indigenous culture, and all of us who are a part of that world. And we are in this world and out of this world. We're accepted and we're not. And I always say, our families accepted us, but the world doesn't. And there's a big difference. And so we shouldn't have to be labeled. And last week I found myself being under the assumption that I was this white girl pretending to be Aboriginal. And that assumption came in at probably a good time in my life, when I now do not back away from taking a stand to say, I don't need to defend myself, but I know who I am. And I will not let cancel culture cancel me out, because they have because there is this whole world that is full of assumption. And so, knowing who I am and what I am and where I have been and where my ancestors have been has truly been a blessing and a journey. And in my teachings, the everyday awareness of how much of my culture, how much of who I am at the core of who I am as a healer, as a woman of strong faith, of a woman who walks with a strength and a courage that I have no idea where it comes from, a woman who hears the animals, who can speak to the animals and hear the animals, and who is also has been blessed outside of my own, because my own band and bands and councils are not always there for their people. So when we teach about the little people, you have to know that we are the little people. We are the everyday people that matter. We are the everyday people that make up the world. And no matter what culture, no matter what race, no matter what color, we are all of those little people, and we all matter. And so if you can see over here to the side of me, you can see my walking stick, and that is my walking stick, and hanging from it is my feather. And that feather was blessed to me by an elder from Wabasca who stepped into some of my teaching, some of my trainings to work with me, and taught me a lot about walking in faith in who I am, and knowing that we all have a past, we've all been somewhere, but we are all worthy to walk that journey. And that's a big part of this message today, is that we truly can walk in our truth, and we are blended. We are so much more blended now than ever before. And that should be a blessing, that we've been able to blend ourselves and blend cultures and blend together. And that through that, we bring new teachings blended with old teachings, and we evolve. We evolve what we know, how we know it. We don't fight back with the same anger and the same hurt that caused us the hurt and the pain in the past. We walk forward with love and light, and we be the courage. And we are what we call light workers, and we are healers. And we are up on this earth to be what we need to be, based looking like we look, because it is how we look. It is what we look like. It is who we are that is here to be the face of what our future looks like. And so I have a whole generation that follows from my lineage, from me, my daughter, my granddaughter, who are blended in diversity and love, and gifted and talented and creative, and our voices to reckon with. And that I walk with pride. And so who I am as a woman of Indigenous culture, of who I am as a Mi'kmaq First Nations, I am proud of. Am I proud of everything that takes place within, behind closed doors of councils and leaders? Absolutely not. I think there is time for there to be like an awareness that the people that matter are all the little people, and we all matter. So my mystical realm work really truly is a deeper sense of awareness, of knowing and finding ourselves becoming one whole with this whole world. And that if we're going to go back and think that we just own this world and not care for anything else that's here, then we are not off to a good start. So let's be the change that we need to see in this world. Annette, my dad is white and my mom is Métis as well. Yeah, there's so many of us, right? So yeah, I'm Mi'kmaq. My mom is my mom's dad is from Badger, Newfoundland, and or sorry, no, I got that wrong. My mom's dad is from St. George's, Stephenville area in Newfoundland, and then my mom's mom, her family is from Badger area in Newfoundland. And my great grandfather, John Paul, was the first baby Micmac born in a wigwam on Hodges Hill in Badger when they first moved and shifted into that area. So, yeah, I know who I am, and I don't have to defend that based on, if I'm dark enough, if my eyes are the right color, because every single uh, band out there, every single tribe out there, no matter who we are, what we are, we all have different looks and we don't all look alike. And that is a pretty racist thing when people assume we all look alike, no matter what. Well, if you're Aboriginal, then this is all you should look like. No, we all look very different. So, yay. And so that's so I am celebrating this day for the first time ever. I'm celebrating it with love. I'm celebrating it with honoring who we are, blended in diversity and love, and knowing that we can still be a part of our world. And that's what I want you to remember, is that as we step back out, that is the message kind of today, is that diversity, and to be diversified, and to be willing to stop denying yourself. And so my big word of today, and I was saying this to my partner this morning, you have to stop denying yourself the opportunity to live a good life. Like, why not us? As I walked into my new house in Sylvan Lake, and I walked around, I felt myself denying myself that I should live in that house, or that I should live in that area, or that I should have this, and I felt myself almost like justifying that I was going to be moving into this beautiful newer house, and almost like a bit of a shame, and feeling like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't make it look like this or make it look like that. And I am making it look like this, making it look like that. So I slept on the floor in the house with my migraine, in pain, uncomfortable, underneath the moon, with the window open. I could hear the birds chirping. The lake is right there. And I stayed in that uncomfortable position all night so that I could sit myself in my worth, and to stop denying myself the opportunity to feel joy for having something, to feel happy for having something, to stop feeling like I need to justify or to explain myself. And that's what you have to look at. Where are you doing that for you? What are you denying yourself of? What are you denying others of? Or what are you just feeling like you're being, that, you got yourself stuck in an old story, and you deny yourself the opportunity to heal, to move beyond, to be stuck in the past, to not keep staying there. And to not be stuck in the past don't mean that you forget it. It means that if we try to heal through the same angers and the hurts, then we are denying ourselves the opportunity to grow and evolve, and to be able to heal in love, to be able to heal in a much more beautiful light, to hold ourselves and our lives in a much higher standard of love and appreciation for where we're going, and for where we're going, and how we want to feel moving forward. How do we want to exist? Right. And that's my truth. You should watch the new Disney children's movie, Lusa, about the sea creature. Ha, I will, Joanne. Yeah, I love Disney movies. If anyone don't know me, if anyone knows me, they know I love Disney movies. And I was at Oracapalooza, um and we had that, and Doug, who's now passed, had a dream about Moana. And as he's talking about this dream about Moana, and this girl who's left her island, and her people kind of shunned her, I'm like, I start to cry, and I realized that it was me, and it was like, this was my life, and that whole sense of denying myself who I was and what I was, and that I couldn't stay on that island. And leaving that island cost me my federal treaty card, which is part of my journey through taking a stand, because my federal treaty card that said on the paper, card can never be taken from you. Well, the band and the federal government and all the people that were involved somehow changed the rules and the laws. And I, who was on the list of who was in an original band and was talked into joining our bands together, lost my rights. So my rights, and this has only recently happened over the past few years. This is not old news, but it's something that doesn't get a lot of attention, because I don't think anyone wants to have to face it, and nobody wants to have to deal with it. And so that whole sense of self was taken, and so Moana was a Disney movie that came up. And so I was denying myself happiness, and denying myself the right to still call myself who I am at the core, because this card had been taken away. And so when I thought that was taken away, I thought a whole part of my identity was taken away, and all of who I am. but they can strip away as much as they want from you. The world can, other people can. Other people can deny you of everything that this world has to give. They can rip it from you. They can try to take away your light. They can do whatever. But nobody can deny you of who you truly are at the core of you. Your light that shines within you, your identity into who you know you are at the core. You just have to stop denying yourself. And when you stop denying yourself of who you are and you stop believing the stories of what other people say about you, then that's when you start to shine. And that's when you become aware of your truth and who you are. Don't be afraid to be you at all. So I've been asking Spirit to just give me cards and just have Corey shut up. Like, don't talk so much, Corey. But it don't seem to happen. So this is the one and only card that I got for you today. I was going to pull two, but they said, nope, put the other one back. Yeah, no, put the other one back. This is the creator of the worlds. This is the enchanted alchemist, and you create your world. You are the creator of your world. You are the creator of your life. And so when you see yourself as the creator, you can see yourself being able to connect to source, connect to your higher self, connect to the God within, to connect to the light within, to connect to the power within, to connect to the God will, to the free will, to the heart, to the parts of you that truly has an innate ability to connect to your highest self in strength, in courage, in saying that I know. When you start to say to yourself, I know who I am beyond the stories that I tell. I know who I am beyond the stories that I tell. That means what you're doing is that you're starting to ask yourself some of the deeper questions. Well, if you know who you are, then why are you not living as who you are? If you know who you are, why are you living by the roles that you play? Why do we identify ourselves by the roles that we play instead of the character, the identity of who and what you showed up as? Because before you were any of the roles that you played, you were the person. You were the woman, you were the man, you were the child. You were that before you were anything else. And so getting back to that of who you are and being able to not have a story, not have to justify, not have to defend, and just being able to be you is enough. So today is about, that diversity, about letting yourself be all that you are, blended into your story, into your history, into the past, into everything, and everything that you have engaged in, everything that you have been a part of, everything you had to exist within in this world, in this life, is what is a part of what creates you into who you are today. And do not deny yourself the who you are today. And as my beautiful friend in here, Stacy Churchill, who today is the anniversary of the passing of her son Reed, and we spoke about this earlier today, is that when don't deny yourself anything that you need to exist within. And so just knowing that those beautiful loved ones are shining up on us, and they have evolved, they are ascended into these beautiful beings who are here to encourage us. And so today we're being told, don't spend so much time just sitting not doing, when you have the opportunity to do today. Do not sit wasting time on sitting, denying yourself the opportunity to live today. Today is a day to live, because we are here to live. We're here to live as who we are, as what we are, and to honor that. And this is also into the summer solstice flow right here, right now. And so what do we need to bring into the light today? What do you need to light up in your heart today and in your life today? And so today I'm lighting up the color blue, and it's blue today. And Stacy, oh my God, Stacy, look at the color of the card. The card is blue, Stacy, just as we spoke about earlier. And so there's our blue today, and there's the angel wings behind it. and holding the world in our hand. Our world is in our hands, and we are the creator of our worlds. We are the creator of our lives. We're the creator of our identity. And today, as we talked about earlier, we are blue today. And so it's all about blue today. And today, everything is in the spectrum of blue. And let blue be the reflection of every single shade of blue that you can find. The sky is blue. There's blue flowers. There's blue butterflies. What else makes blue? What else creates that blue? So let your world be whatever it needs to be today, and create, but live in who you are. Blended in diversity and love. And we are all blended in diversity and love in one way or the other. So much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And now I've got to go and now I got to go pick up my ferns and mow my grass. So much love. Have a beautiful day. And I will see you all tomorrow. Yes, I'm back in tomorrow morning. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Much love. Bye-bye.